wonderful, gorgeous souls. Today's episode about heart and soul is all about the angels. I'm an angel lover. How about you, Janet?
Morning, everyone. I am kind of really excited about this. I do love angels, and it is something now I very much use, and I will talk about a couple of stories of things that have happened to me later on. But Caroline, I know that this is your topic. You are the angel guru. So pretty much today, I'm just going to ask you questions.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And so maybe a little bit about my story.
Yes.
You know, when I was married to a really intellectual man and I came back, I studied physics and math, so I was very analytical. I still am. And my mom always brought me angel figurines and guardian angels, and I thought, oh gosh, not again, you know, and I couldn't really open up to that side while I was still married to that really brain person. And I felt then, of course, he would ridicule me for believing in angels and all that. And deep down, it truly helped me through the darkest time. So when my marriage ended and so much, you know, growth happened, I opened up to the angels. I first started reading books by Diana Cooper. She's just such an amazing lady. And with her, it also started after divorce that she connected to the angels. So it's often when we have a similar story that we connect. And I learned so much about angels. Of course, Archangel Michael for protection, Archangel Raphael for healing. And while I read her book about Archangel Raphael, and my daughter was about 8 years old, and she had several spouts of pneumonia when she was younger, and always coughing. And I could already hear it. It goes, and then I knew, oh dear, there we go again. And I was reading about Archangel Raphael. I thought, I need to help my daughter. I need to help my daughter with her cough and her lungs. And then all of a sudden, my hands were getting so warm and they felt huge. And I really had that vibration. I had that energy in me. And I knew this was Archangel Raphael. I was channeling the healing energy of Archangel Raphael. And I was so afraid of getting out of bed and going to my daughter because I knew I needed to. And then I was sitting in bed. I said, I can't move because then I would lose it. And then I just imagined how I would put my hands on the front and the back of the chest of my daughter. And I just let that energy just flow through her lungs, you know, and her upper body. And just imagine that. And you know what? She didn't cough. She had the first really restful night. And she never, ever had pneumonia since. And that was just such an amazing, and just that feeling of that energy and that healing it brought and how it helped my daughter. And it was just, I was just in awe, you know, I was all in. Did you have a similar experience, or what did open you to the angels?
Well, I think that's a lovely story. I mean, definitely the healing thing. I just love that. For me, I have to say, because I grew up in a very religious background and in Northern Ireland, and because that sort of like triggered me, for me, angels were associated with the whole religious thing. And I kind of turned away from that. So I kind of put up with a lot of things for years, like struggling and stuff. And it was only really as part of my healing journey, as I keep saying, when I was in Switzerland, that I started to explore all of these different avenues and be open. And of course, I met you, Caroline, and you were talking about this. I thought, oh, this sounds so interesting. And I love the way you talk about, you call upon your angels, for your like support whenever you need them. And I mean, it does say in the Bible that, when you call upon your angels or pass it over to your angels. And I start to realize there are really positive things. But I remember, this story, but I was living up in the Swiss Alps in a tiny village up very twisty roads. And unfortunately, I had a bit of a freak car accident when a cable came loose and smacked the car. Scared me. I was absolutely terrified. And unfortunately, when it sort of went into the corner, because this startled me, the car rolled off the edge of the mountains. I don't recommend it. Absolutely not. But I remember at the time, before I got into the car, I remember sort of I do remember asking my angel team, I call them my A team, to, protect me on my drive up. And I do think that it did. Absolutely, they looked after me, because I thought that could have been I would not be here if there hadn't been certain circumstances, calling upon them to protect me. Where I had the accident, there happened to be a lot of trees. So when the car rolled over, thankfully the trees stopped the car, like literally going down the side of a mountain. And surprisingly, it was opposite a quarry. Now, you never really saw anybody there because they would get up early and they would be away. And literally this was early afternoon and there was never anybody there. And on this particular day, they happened to be there and they saw what happened. And I mean, obviously, Swiss men, they're trained. So they swung into action, found me, because you'd have driven past and not seen the car. So I was, I look and I think, my goodness, if I was going to have that accident, it was going to happen anyway. But thanks to my angel team, I believe that they protected me. And, as much as it was a horrible experience, I feel that I survived because of that. And, it's a beautiful thing then to think, since then, I definitely call upon my angels when I'm definitely getting into a car and driving, because here's a bit crazy as well. And I really do feel that. And I feel that sort of level of protection. And you as well also talk about, Archangel Michael. And I'll let you tell the listeners, the viewers, what you find about Archangel Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I love your story. And I mean, even now hearing it again, it sort of like brings up goosebumps. And it's just that we are always supported by our angel team. And just whenever you have a question or are worried, ask the angels for support or ask the universe, and they're always here to help you, to protect you, to guide you, to send you signs. There are so many ways we can communicate with the angels, and of course Archangel Michael. And when we got on the call, Janet saw we both wear blue. Blue is of course the color associated with Archangel Michael, and he's the great protector. He's sort of the angel I call on when I was coming home late. I was in Zurich at an event, and then I had to walk to my car, and it was sort of not such a great area, and then I said, okay, Archangel Michael, please walk with me. And I felt like he had his hands on my shoulders and walked through, and no one even looked at me. So that was good. Like, yeah, entering into a car, I always ask Archangel Michael to keep us safe. And he's also the angel if we cut the cords, the energy cords that might drain us, we can cut that with his mighty sword, or feel the blue shield around us, if we protect ourselves in his energy. And of course, sometimes even having his shield in front of us, it's really, truly amazing. And I know Janet and we're going to speak about death and near-death experiences, and Archangel Michael was busy with me on several occasions. So just keep tuned and listen to future episodes as well. So Archangel Michael is truly the one most people know, I think.
So who are the other angels? Because I know that I know some of their names, but I don't know that much about them. And I must do a little bit of research. So who are some of the other archangels, and what are they associated with?
I mean, I, of course, work with Archangel Raphael, the great healing angels, and Archangel Gabriel, the one that helps us speak up and also be creative. I think Archangel Michael for protection, Archangel Raphael for healing in his green light, and of course Archangel Gabriel for creativity, speaking up, setting healthy boundaries. These are the important things for me. Those are probably the most well-known angels. What other angels are you aware of or know of?
Well, I've heard of I never know how to pronounce them. Shamuel.
Samuel, yeah. I don't know
Shamuel.
how to pronounce it. I mean, I take it
Shamuel.
from the French, Samuel, but it's
Shamuel. Well, that sounds nice.
I have no idea. So, yeah, this is a gorgeous angel to connect to your inner peace and bring peace to your everyday life. I mean, of course, if you're worried or stressed, Archangel Michael helping you, protect you, but then Samuel soothing you and bringing you inner peace. And it's gorgeous. I see him, her. I mean, I know they're neutral, but see it in a pinkish light.
Oh, lovely. Another one is Asriel.
Asriel is a gorgeous angel, and it's often connected to death, and people are afraid. But actually, what Archangel Asriel does is help us here with grief, and of course also helps the soul when our earthly experience ends. It guides the soul into the light. So if you have a loved one that is very sick or nearing its end or has passed over, I always ask Archangel Asriel to guide those souls into the light and have a safe, gentle transition.
Yeah.
And of course, about the people here that help them with the grief and trust that all is well. And for a while, I had sort of souls in my home, and I felt them, and then I asked Archangel Asriel to guide them home. They haven't found the light yet, and then he can come and help those souls into the light.
Oh, that's important. But I mean, there's so many of them. I mean, and it's so beautiful. Now, I know that something that you do do for your clients, and you offer, I mean, you use angel oracle cards, don't you? Tell us a little bit about those.
Absolutely. As you can see in the back, this is just a portion of my huge thing. And it's gorgeous because friends, they gift me with new decks, and I just love oracle cards, angel cards, and they help me with guidance. Like everyone else, you, Janet, and I, we still have questions. We still sometimes feel, where are we going? Even though we are connected to our heart and our soul, it never ends. So it's a continuous journey. And so today I got this angel deck. It's from Cal Gray, and it's
Oh, lovely.
Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. And I picked a card today for me, and I felt it's so good for the show here as well. It's the Heart Guardian. Isn't it so beautiful? I mean,
And
Heart
that's so
Guardian.
you.
And it says, love and let yourself be loved. And this is just absolutely amazing. And actually, there's another one. It's the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot card by Radley Valentine, you
Yes.
know, and I picked this card, and this is also so gorgeous. This star,
Oh, I
you
love that.
know,
I
and
love
then
that
it
one.
says inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. And I think this is the connection to the soul, isn't it? So we have heart and soul.
Oh,
And it's just,
brilliant.
I mean, I couldn't have done it any better if I wanted to have it this way. But so the angel cards give us guidance or answers or reassure us. And I love, for a long while, I did my one question angel readings, you know, because I channel the messages, I connect and ask the angels for guidance, and then I just type it all out. It's sort of like in the flow. And what I also love is doing free card readings, because with every situation we have, there's something from the past that influences us in the present. So when I pick free card, this sort of, the first one is what from the past is influencing this situation still. And then, of course, a present card, sort of maybe sometimes getting more clarity on the present. And then the future card is sort of like the most likely outcome, or something we probably need to focus on for a good outcome. And I always have special offers around special times. For the start of the year, I did free card readings, and they were very popular. People loved yearly readings. And of course, now that we are here, I will have a special offer as well for our gorgeous listeners, a free card reading, whether it's about a question or a situation you love more guidance in. And I intuitively pick the deck I chose for each client differently, because sometimes they need different influences. And I love that. It's so gorgeous, isn't it? And the cards are lovely, and people love Oracle cards. And it's just, I think it reminds them of their heart and their soul, isn't
I
it?
think so. And I mean, what I love about Oracle cards as opposed to the traditional tarot, I don't go to them. I love is that they, as you say, the imagery, the messaging is often very positive or encouraging, you know, and the visualization of it. And as you say, when you're doing it, you get intuitive extra, you're channeling extra information for that person. So I mean, definitely, if you're listening to this, watching this, please check out and sign up for Caroline's offer, because it's a great way of just, if you're struggling a little bit right now, or you have an issue, you have a question, you know, just to get some clarity on that, I totally recommend it. And it is done with total love. You'll feel the love when you get the information through. You just feel that it has been done, because sometimes, you know, I've gone to other people for readings in the past, and it's felt very not so loving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the nurturing and the
Yes.
compassion. And I think for most people, they realize accepting what is, and that helps them move forward. And it's accepting. And I'm totally unjudgmental, you know, we are all where we need to be. We all come from different stories. We've all learned our lessons one way or another. And if we truly love some guidance or some insights, we are at the perfect place. And that's the thing. Ask for support, ask for help. Sometimes, especially empaths, sensitive souls, they shy away from asking for help, and that keeps them stuck. Maybe they feel they're not good enough or not worthy of help. Maybe they don't want to be reliable on someone else, but actually take the courage and ask for help. And what I do before I go to bed every day, I ask the angels for guidance or insights in a situation or just anything, and they can speak to you in your dreams. And sometimes maybe you had that too. You sort of wake up and you had the greatest inspiration. So that's why I always keep paper and pencil next to my bed, and I can just quickly write it all out, because otherwise you can't sleep for fear of forgetting about it.
It sort of goes through. And the other thing, I love as well is that sometimes, if I'm, as you sort of mentioned about Archangel Michael to protect you. Sometimes when, particularly in the last few years where I've gone through a very challenging time, at times it's been really nice just to call upon your angels and imagine yourself just like being enveloped in their wings, that you just feel totally that love, that unconditional love, and that that you'll get through that. Sort of, you can feel the energy, and that you're never alone. That your guardian angel or your team of angels are there and you're protected. But I remember reading somewhere that you need to ask, as a free will for, as we're having our human experience, they're there, but they're not to step in unless we ask for that help. So that's why when you say we need to ask, we need to call upon our angel team, our guardian angel, for that help when we need it. And it can be every day, it can be, as you say, when Moira wasn't well, they're there for us.
Exactly.
Totally.
And just to make sure, the guardian angels are assigned to each of us. We all have one or several guardian angels, and they step in without asking if they need to rescue you from a situation. So they're always there and always help you along. And the other angels are always there, just waiting for you to connect with them, ask them for support. And do not worry. They are they can be with all the people at the same time. It's not like you're taking away from someone. If I ask for protection from Archangel Michael, simultaneously he can protect you and Janet and everyone on the earth. So we're not taking away, and they really love to help us and assist us. So don't be afraid, ask for help. And you don't need to know what angel to ask for. You can just say, angels, please help me. And of course, the right ones will step forward for your situation. And I do the same for when I have a healing session with my clients. Of course, I always ask for Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, but then I also say, and all the angels, and sometimes other ones step forward because they're needed for that session. And I trust the angels know better. I just need to ask for them to come and support me during my healing session.
See, isn't that beautiful? So, listeners and audience, if you're watching this, we would love, get in contact if you've got your own angel stories to share with us. We'd love to hear them, how your angels have helped you. And also, if you have questions about angels or want to know a little bit more, I definitely say contact Caroline, because this is her. She knows so much. And don't forget about the reading. That is definitely worth doing. It's such a beautiful topic, isn't it?
It is. Angels are so loving and remind us of our love and connection to the universe. And like you said, we're never alone. We're always supported by the angels. So feel guided and be open to receive any signs from the angels. And I can talk about angels forever. So
We might have to do another segment on angels.
it's all good. And I wrote many blog posts on angels, and reach out to us. And we love to support you on your journey. Love to help you connect to your heart. And Janet helps you connect to your soul on your soul journey. And we both love to work with the angels.
Exactly. I mean, definitely just the loving energy that's associated with it. It's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what are we talking about next time, Caroline? What do you
What did
think?
you suggest? I don't know. We have different topics. We can do menopause or death or love or...
What do you think? I'm quite open.
Let's do love. I think that goes so well with the angel,
Yes,
doesn't it?
it
Love.
does.
And of course, like everything else, it starts within. And of course, Archangel Jophiel helps you to beautify your life and connect to the love within.
Oh, brilliant. So there'll be more, so much more to talk about, because it's such a big topic and it's such an important topic. And our world needs that love energy right now. So the more we can bring love into the world, that's a good thing.
The better the world will be.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for listening. My name is Caroline Palmy, and beautiful co-host.
Thank you for joining us again this week. It's Janet Groom here. And as I said, please reach out, get in touch with us if you want to know more or share your stories, or if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, please drop us a line. Lovely. Thank you.